Hi, this is Defense Soumya from Kanun News, and today we know if the law of limitations is exhaustible in nature. So let's get started. The law of limitation prescribes a time period within which a right can be enforced in a court of law. The time period for various suits has been provided in the schedule of the Act. The main purpose of this act is to prevent litigation from being dragged for a long time and quick disposal of cases which lead to effective litigation. As per the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019, provisions of the Limitation Act will now apply to the whole of India. The Limitation Act 1963 contains provisions relating to the consumption of time for the period of limitation, condonation of the delay, etc. The Limitation Act contains 32 sections and 137 articles, and the articles are divided into 10 parts. The Limitation Act is exhaustive with respect to all matters expressly dealt in it. It cannot be extended by analogy. Ordinarily, the Act applies only to civil cases except in the matter expressly and specifically provided for the purpose. Retrospective Operation in BK Education Services Private Limited versus Parag Gupta and Associates, the Supreme Court clarified that since the law of limitations is procedural in nature, it will be applied retrospectively. The Supreme Court in Thirumalai Chemicals Limited versus Union of India observed that statutes of limitations are retrospective as far as they apply to all legal proceedings brought after their operations for enforcing cause of actions occurred earlier. In Excise and Taxation versus M.S. Firgolas India Private Limited, the Punjab and Haryana court ruled that it was well settled that the law of limitations is a procedural law and operates retrospectively unless it has been provided differently in the amending statute. In other words, unless there is a contrary intention manifested by express or necessary implication of the legislation itself, procedural law is generally retrospective in law. The law of limitation prescribes the time within which a person can enforce his legal right. This act keeps a check on the cases so that they are not dragged for over a long period of time. This act also recognizes the fact that there are situations when persons instituting a suit or preferring an appeal for a general cause is unable to institute a suit within the time prescribed in the act, and the same criteria cannot be applied to every situation. Thank you.